Elena Lieberman, the new Power Hour for your consciousness. This is the space where you awaken to your authentic potential, the truth of who you really are. Here, we open the mind and heart and tune into the essence of the soul, the force that fuels your entire being and invites miracles into your life. Each episode inspires you to respond to the layers of potential within you and bring your unique legacy into the world. As you listen and watch, you'll discover that you can be the answer to your own quest. Get ready to tune into your innermost voice and live in alignment with your highest truth. Passion of the Soul starts now. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Elena Lieberman, and you are listening to Passion of the Soul on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us this hour and let us help you experience the new Power Hour for your consciousness every first and third Thursday of the month, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have some of the most brilliant visionaries, artists, healers, and authors who have walked miraculous journeys inspiring you. Tonight is episode 11, Dynamic Manifestation. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. Maximize your love, gratitude, and praise when you experience the living spirit within yourself. Elevate and build every moment around a brilliant, illuminated reality. Take flight and declare the height of your new truth. The illumined reality. Well, I don't know, Elena, where does that come from? Let me ask you this question. Was there ever a time in your life where everything stopped? In other words, time stopped. You were not in the right place, or everything seemed completely different. What was that? And who were you? What was the real me? Well, I want to address some of those questions this evening. So I'm going to take you back to a very somewhat amusing event that happened to me and caused me to write my book. We lived on a high third floor. In Chicago, it's called a high third floor in a building that was built in 1927. Now, this was a very big apartment. They were big in those days, and it had beautiful woodwork. But when you had to take down the laundry, you had to go out the back with your key and a huge laundry bag, go down wooden circular stairs, down 3 flights, and down 1 more flight into the basement, dump your laundry, take your keys, and open the basement door. When you pulled everything in, on the left side, there were storage sheds. On the right side were coin-operated washer and dryer. Maybe you know this scene. So I went down there with all my laundry, and it was very cold in Chicago, and I did the whole routine and put the laundry in. Then I went back upstairs. Then I went back downstairs, and I opened the dryer, put the money in, and then something else happened. I went back upstairs, but what was inside of me started to change. And I got down the 3rd time into that laundry room. And as I was taking out the clothes, a feeling came up through me. And it was as if I had a hole in my heart before, and it was repaired. And my heart felt like it was expanding. And suddenly I was filled with gratitude and praise. It was like I was transformed from the inside. I couldn't even believe it. Now, I I knew how to open the Akashic Records, but I didn't do that to do laundry today. I didn't do it that way. And I couldn't believe, but I loved what was happening. Everything became magnificent. I was filled with a sense of glory. So I quickly put all my clothes in the bag and ran up the stairs, opened that door, and I couldn't write fast enough. Every surface, everything I could write in, I was saying, thank you. I am grateful. I see miracles in my life. I am filled with something. I just can't believe that this is happening. And it was wonderful. And I loved the feeling. So what does that mean? Did something change? Nothing outside of me, believe me. It was all on the inside. And it was coming from my essence. Now, that's a pretty mundane example. And you might not say it's grounded, it's subgrounded, because I went down pretty low in the basement. Let me give you another example. This one is much more supra-rational, supernatural. And the people in my book are composite clients, and some of them are mixed with my own experiences, so I don't divulge confidentiality. So we're going to call this character Susan Johns. And Susan Johns was an outstanding lawyer, but she always had the feeling that she was an imposter. She went through law school. She aced her finals studying one night only, but she knew it. She could just do it. But there was tremendous, tremendous pressure that was in her company, and she couldn't take it. So she did find a shaman. She found a shaman. And she signed up to go to South America with a group, with the shaman, and it was Peru. And there, the shaman played a flute at night, and they journeyed into the mountains. And in the mountains, there was a beautiful full moon. And as she looked out, she could see all the trees and all of the leaves, and suddenly they began to live like jewels. Jewels, their very essence began to glow. And when she looked inside of herself, she could see her own life force glowing. And suddenly it was as if she became in oneness with the leaves and with the trees, as if she were in them and they were in her. There were no more boundaries. And then she was overwhelmed by that feeling, and she could not contain this force inside of her, so she began to sing. She began to sing to all living things around her. And suddenly, when she looked up at the sky, she saw orbs of light coming closer, orbs of light, and they beamed down, and they were very interested in the music that she made, as if they could connect with her and she could connect with them. And then she heard the flute playing by the shaman, and she came down. And there were all the people around her, and the shaman directed them all down the side of the mountain. Then they came down, and that event was finished. Well, Susan went back to the office, and the office was in chaos. There was a lawsuit. And she saw something that came across her desk, that she could negotiate between a union and a corporation. So she took that assignment to get out of the office. And what she was able to do was to show the similarities between all of the people in the corporation and the workers in the union. So she decided then and there that she was going to leave that law firm. And so she did. But before she made the final choice, she called her friend up, Jerry. And she said, I'm going to make a big decision, Jerry. Let's go out to dinner. I want your input. And so they did. And she said to him, Jerry, listen, that's not the reason I called you. I want to tell you something that happened to me. And Jerry said, yeah, go ahead. And she said, Jerry, I saw these leaves. I saw these trees. They were like jewels, and it was inside of me. And I sang out, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He said, what are those psychedelic lunar leaves? Is that what you're a brilliant woman? What are you messing around with this stuff? And she stood up and she said, you know, Jerry, I'm sick of pretending. I'm sick of this. I did see that. And I want to tell you something. I'm not going to try and get a compliment out of you. I'm finished. I'm through with this. And she stormed out. I ask you, what is that? What is this island beyond time that I went through and Susan Johns went through? Let me read a little something here that I wrote in the book. The transmission of the living spirit from your essence supersedes any mission on any level. It is an extremely refined frequency that speaks to you through the heart. Receive this throughout the depths of your being. You become aware of walking your true path when the emanations of your soul, signaling you of its presence, is the dominant consciousness. So the question is, how do we do that? What happened? And so I'm going to address this by telling you the power of the breath and the sound current, or the divine utterances, are deep inside of you, and they are in every living thing. Your breath is the clue. Your connection to your words is the bridge that will create a reality for you. So we're going to take a little break right now. And then we're going to return to this theme. And I want to let everyone know that I have a fabulous offer. You can just contact me at dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. That's how you contact me about anything. And what I'll do is a complimentary 30-minute Zoom, which includes a custom meditation just for you. And that'll be for the first 15 people who call in, because I'm very happy to share all of this with you. And remember, I also have a special on the Dynamic Manifestation Akashic Record special consultation. And every week I do Akashic Record consultations. You are listening to Passion of the Soul with Elena Lieberman. And when we come back, we'll be discussing more about dynamic manifestation. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. See you soon. Looking for inspiration that awakens your soul? Join me, Elena, on Passion of the Soul every first and third Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Transformation Talk Radio. I interview brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries. Visit my website, dynamicmanifestation.com. Passion of the Soul, where your truth comes alive.
Tired of feeling exhausted as a parent? I would love to help you with a new vision for yourself that is focused on intentional wellness parenting. My name is Aurelie Cormier, and I have over 40 years' experience with complex cancer patients. I offer consultations, coaching, and educational programs for parents who want to boost their health and reduce risk of disease, especially cancer. For more information, go to AurelieCormier.com.
Hey everybody! everybody. Oh my goodness, we have got talk radio for all of it.
Really, thank you for blazing the trail for women in talk radio and just being such an inspiration to me and so many other people. What you're doing is so awesome. And, you know, without people like you there to like really step out of the box and go for it, I don't know if someone like me would have ever ended up here, but I'm so happy to be here. And yeah, I just want to thank you for everything you're doing. You're one of my major inspirations.
Are you ready to listen to your soul? Discover the power of pausing and turning in on Our Soul Whisper with Kathy Belmont and Dr. Pat. This sacred show offers a safe space for self-discovery, healing, and soulful transformation. Let your inner voice rise, be heard, and gently guided into expression. Tune in every first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Subscribe now so you never miss the whisper meant just for you. Visit OurSoulWhisper.com.
Do you want to better understand and embrace neurodiversity? I'm Dr. Lori Noto, with over 30 years of experience working with diverse and unique individuals. Through my consulting and purpose-driven life coaching, I focus on empowering individuals with disabilities. My passion is advocacy, providing the tools for neurodiverse individuals to thrive and feel included in classrooms, workplaces, and communities. Unlock the potential of possibility, power, and purpose. Connect with me today at notoholisticconsulting.com.
We're back on Passion of the Soul. I'm your host, Elena Lieberman, and what we're showing right now is the cover of my book. One thing that's amazing about this cover, because you can't really see the scale of it, but this is a large mandala that my sister Ronnie Reisler made of my soul. So we put it on the cover of this book, because the book is about your essence and your soul. So everything I'm talking about is included in the book. So I'm going to go on now, and I am really going to be talking about exuberant praise and gratitude. Well, you could say, is praise and gratitude, I mean, if you're going to declare this whole hallelujah thing, is that just going to be a little energy shift, an exhilarating transformational force? You're saying it's going to be an exhilarating transformational force that shifts energy and consciousness. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's not just an emotional arousal that dwindles, because it can transform the inner world. Dense levels of thought are completely dropped during the focus of this state of mind. The expression of praise and gratitude has no limits in your personal life. The waves of the heart rise up in proclaiming exuberance through verbal expression. So what you're doing is verbal portraits, just like we do in the declaration of peak emotion, but it's also going deeper. So if you prepare for praise and gratitude, you want to write everything down you're thankful for, everybody, all the world's everything, and you're going to proclaim it out loud. If you belong to a spiritual group, you may want to gather them around you, and they'll like coach you and respond. And they'll say, go on, hallelujah, hallelujah. And you keep going more and more. When I first did this, actually 20 years ago, a person volunteered to stand up in front of the conference and do praise and gratitude. And then she told me when she got back to her hotel room, her family all called from California to let them know how much they loved her. That's how far the vibration can go. All vibrations are interwoven. From deep inside of you, the deeper you go, you have a big impact on the world. There are no barriers except the ones you believe are there. So belief is not only in the mind. Belief is also in the heart. It's in the heart. So what I ask after you do your gratitude and praise, that you sit down and feel what you have just done. Feel deep into the essence of it, deeper into your heart. Now, you might say, well, I got some barriers. I can't think of anything very positive to say. So I'll give you an example of a very positive kind of hallelujah, brothers and sisters. You know, I looked outside today and there were the birds. The birds were singing. New baby birds walked across our lawn. Oh, hallelujah. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to be able to smell these flowers. I'm grateful that I have people to love. I'm grateful for all the blessings that I saw today. I see people who are close to me all the time, and I reach out. Hallelujah. I am grateful. I have beautiful clients searching, expressing, and creating. Oh, God bless them. Hallelujah. That would be something that I would say. And it comes from deep. I can feel it in the diaphragm and the inner heart. So let's say I couldn't. Let's say I said, well, you know, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. And listen, plenty's going on in my life. I don't want to hear about this. You're not recognizing my feelings. Well, the feelings are the outer part of the heart, and they're very important. You don't want to ignore them, but there is a way of shifting them so you go deeper into the divine heart, the cosmic heart. And I'm going to share something called the 3 prayers right now that will help you open the inner heart and allow for the higher frequency of grace to come through. That's right. And the feeling of that grace is very, very powerful. It is the highest force in the universe. So let's look at the first. It's called a forgiveness prayer. Now, forgiveness, in my lineage of the Akashic Records, forgiveness is not about someone who wronged you being right, going around forgiving people. It's none of those things. It's for giving over certain energy to something much greater than yourself. So you open from that higher level to receive. And this is the prayer. If there is anyone or anything that has hurt me in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it. And breathe. So you begin to open. If I have hurt anyone or anything in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it. And breathe. If I have hurt myself in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it, asking for the highest good. Now, if you repeat this prayer, more may come up. You'll see more things to start to let go of. But what I want to say is you begin to open so that the essence from the heart, which is filled with grace, as you connect into that, will begin to expand and shine through. Let's take a look at another prayer. And incidentally, I can send you these prayers. They are copyrighted by Akashic Record Consultants International, but they are available to people. So the second prayer, if what I am experiencing is not mine, may God, Spirit, Source, if you need to say universe, whatever it is for you, no, you don't have to fake it, whatever it is for you, may God, Spirit, Source have his shield around me, and I release whatever it may be to him, because some of the views you're holding have never been yours. You just learned them a long time ago, so you're going to let that go. So what's inside of you can rise up in praise and adoration. And the last one is Father, Mother, God, Spirit, Source. You don't have to say Father, Mother, God, Spirit, Source. You can just say Spirit, Universe, God. I ask that this energy pattern, and name that energy pattern of being angry, of being victimized, be sent on in its spiritual evolution for the highest good and mutual benefit of everyone concerned. So as you repeat this, then go back to your praises and see if you can do more, and then sit quietly to feel the effects. You'll be lifting the filters that have kept you from the authentic supernal heart that's deeper even than you're feeling. Your true sense of self-worth is what you manifest outside of yourself. And we're going to talk about that shortly, but we're going to go on a little break right now. I'm Elena Lieberman, and you are listening to Passion of the Soul. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Looking for inspiration that awakens your soul? Join me, Elena, on Passion of the Soul, every first and third Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Transformation Talk Radio. I interview brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries. Visit my website, dynamicmanifestation.com. Passion of the Soul, where your truth comes alive.
Welcome to Shanti Mission, a school for the soul. If you're seeking personal transformation, deeper spiritual awareness, sacred music, or the support of a welcoming community, Shanti Mission offers signature workshops and healing programs in a warm and inclusive space, designed for growth and connection. For more information and to access free resources, visit shantimission.org. Together, we can anchor peace.
Inside the Mind of Hiring with me, Dr. Mickey Feinberg, is a must-listen for hiring managers, HR pros, and job seekers. Tune in to Transformation Talk Radio, the first and third Tuesday at 11, to discover the psychology of making smarter hiring decisions that shape successful teams and organizations. Dr. Mickey and expert guests will disclose the full hiring journey. For more info, visit deltaconsultants.com.
We remember a time when you could simply form a thought and it would manifest. The harmony was forgotten, but it is returning now. The Power of Inspiration and Awakening Radio with Julia will take you on adventures through the heart and spirit, exploring who we once were and how to awaken that power today. Julia studied under the guidance of wolves, learning from their wisdom to master a higher frequency for new state of mind. Learn to master the secrets of manifestation. Visit OneTrueSelf.com.
Are you ready to get big and live your life out loud? Tune in to Get Big Out Loud Radio, exploring life through the lens of curiosity and compassion, with me, Carrie Knudsen, joining Dr. Pat live every second Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. I will offer ideas to transform what you are thinking into conscious action. If you want to get big and live your life out loud, visit me at KnutSonSpeaks.com.
We're back on Passion of the Soul, and I just want to remind you, I'd really like to talk and meet all of you, and I have a very special offer, a 30-minute consultation where I will record a customized meditation for you during our consultation. And remember, just go to dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. I have a special on the beautiful Dynamic Manifestation Akashic Record with follow-ups, that consultation, and of course, ongoing Akashic Record consultations. And then each season, we have wonderful classes that you can go to. So right now, I'd really like to focus on what I call in the book declarations. So what does it mean to express yourself from your heart, vision, and core? How do you experience these things from inside of yourself, in your body, in your breath, in your energy, in your mind, in your thoughts? All of these things, so you can declare out loud. The declaration out loud is the bridge from the deepest part of you, which is your essence, your signature from the divine inside of your soul. The more you do this, the more effective the outside world seems to mirror your worth. So how do you do it? How do you know what you're coming from? You know, I just want this today, so I'm going to declare, and tomorrow I may want something else, so I'm just going to... No, it doesn't work like that. Vision, heart, the core. Here's a little process. This is a little meditation you can do that will put you in touch with a much deeper level. And I'm going to be quiet in this. I'm going to ask you to do something, and I'll stop talking for a little bit. And here's what I'm asking you to do. I would like you to go into a scene, one scene, anytime since you were born to now, when you were deeply loved, you felt deeply loved or at peace. Any scene. And what makes it real is close your eyes and breathe. Breathe into that scene. And I'll stop talking. See if you can pull that scene up for yourself. And go ahead now, and we'll just be still for a little while. Breathe into it so the energy goes all the way through. Not only up here in the mind, but all the way into your breath, diaphragm, the base of the torso. And now I'd like you to open your eyes and come present. But feel that scene. Feel the energy of that scene. And have a sense that you are putting that beautiful energy into one hand or the other hand, one hand. And then you're going to take that hand and bring it to your heart. So your heart really gets the energy. Breathe into your heart. So the energy's in your hand like a little ball. You're going to breathe that, bring it into your heart. Breathing into it. Now take your hand away, and with the other hand, with the pointer finger, rest it in the palm of the hand with the energy. This becomes your reference point of learning to create from what we call the light, so that everything you declare, everything that you feel is important for you to have, comes from this place. And it can change. It's not permanent. But when we build the declarations, we build from the deep place of the spiritual essence in what we call the supernal heart, the heart that connects to the inner aspect of God, or the divine, or spirit, and the outer infinite one, very deep. The deeper, the greater the worth. So now you know that you could do this. Use an inspiring voice, as if you're rallying a team when you do this. You're going to do it out loud. The details elicit emotionally uplifting feelings as well as energy that expands and elevates. Include the characteristics and traits of the people you want around you, such as inspirational, trustworthy, honest, joyful, blessed, and envision humanity where the world is filled with people evolving and in deep creative process. You can include blessings and praise. You can alternate inner and outer abundance, outer wealth, inner wealth. State everything in the present. So when you do declarations, from the minute that you start, you're living them. They're in the present to manifest. State ownership. In other words, do I own the garden next door? Do I own that, or do they? And I just want to look at their flowers. As you develop it, you'll get more detailed. So I'm going to give you an example of a beautiful declaration that I used, and where it basically got me was from Chicago to the island of Palm Beach. So it wasn't exactly as I declared it, but it had a lot of the elements. So I'm standing on a beautiful terrace, and there are marble stairs that go out. I see that they're going out into a beautiful white sands, and I can smell the jasmine. I can smell the orchids, and I see the beautiful birds flying, and the water is very, very clear, and it's warm, and I walk out into the sun. And I'm turning around now, and I look at my terrace, and there's a wonderful umbrella on top of the table that I'm sitting at, and everybody is very relaxed. Oh, hallelujah, I love this feeling. It's here now. That is an example of a declaration. I used to declare what the interior of every room looked like, what the stairs looked like, and you go, and however long it takes, it may take 10 minutes, it is living it, and it is stating it out loud. So let me tell you a wonderful thing that happened just this week. 3 days ago, I have beautiful clients. They are truly seekers, and many are healers. They're creative. So I had this beautiful client this week who came, and she was kind of in between in her life. She was developing the path that she wanted to travel, and we had an Akashic record consultation, and she came up with the most magnificent results. I called her up. I said, can I just share this a couple days from now? This just happened, because she went down to the lake when it was a full moon, and she did a declaration for herself. And I said, oh, will you let me use your name? Because I can't even think of a better example. And here is what she said. I declare I am an open channel. My presence is potent. It is most felt, seen, and heard. I am deeply connected, and listening through every cell of my creation called Savita. I trust my process and direction given to me by unseen helpers and allies. I am grateful for the guidance and protection. I nurture my inner child, making sure she's safe, happy, and free, so she can create with spontaneity. So it is. Savita Laura Joachim, Akashic Record client, whole life coach, and body worker in Evanston, Illinois. Well, that is what she came up with a few days ago, and I think that's absolutely magnificent. She has defined an authentic direction for herself. Well, it's time now to take a little break, and before we go, I want to just remind you I have this terrific special. I'm not sending it to you pre-made. I'm not getting it from AI. I want to really meet you and talk to you and give you something custom made, a beautiful meditation, and see if we can connect. So you can connect with me at dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. And remember, we have 90-minute consultations for the book and the Akashic Records, plus 2 45-minute follow-ups at a very special price right now. So you can just contact me. This is Elena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul. We're going on a quick break now, and when we come back, we're going to have a little discussion about money. See you soon. Looking for inspiration that awakens your soul? Join me, Elena, on Passion of the Soul every first and third Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Transformation Talk Radio. I interview brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries. Visit my website, dynamicmanifestation.com. Passion of the Soul, where your truth comes alive.
Have you had an experience you can't explain? A sign, a presence, a knowing that left you changed but unsure who would understand? I'm Gina Gale Gray, and Weird Real Life Stories is more than a show. It's a sacred space to explore the mystical, the mysterious, and the deeply personal. Each episode features true tales that awaken intuition, validate soul signs, and open hearts. And now I want to hear your story. Visit anywheremindbodysoul.com to send me a request to share your experience on this show, or discover how we can work together to explore the meaning behind it. Tune in every first and third Wednesday at noon Pacific. Let's explore this mystery together. And if you're ready to go even deeper, my channeled book with my son Spencer, Listen to the Silence, Messages and Miracles from Spencer Who Never Spoke Words, is waiting for you at listentothesilence.org.
Are you constantly triggered by your mother? Do you feel that no matter what you've tried, you cannot break out of your repeating patterns that are keeping you stuck? Do you feel sad, angry, or frustrated for no apparent reason? From Birth into Brilliance is a profound exploration of how our birth experiences can deeply influence various aspects of our lives. I emphasize that the way we were born and the environment we were born into affects everything from our emotional health to our physical coordination and mental clarity. My approach combines ancestral healing, reprogramming the neural pathways in your brain, and energy work to help you rebalance and break free from limiting beliefs and repetitive patterns. Are you ready to dig deep? For more information, visit shannonbtb.com. That's shannonbtb.com.
Welcome back. I'm Elena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul, author of Dynamic Manifestation as Received Through the Akashic Records. Well, let me ask you a little question here. How much are you worth? How much are you worth? Is it quantity or the qualities that embody your soul? Let me ask you this. How much is your essence worth? Your essence is your quality of being, an inscription in your soul of your soul identity. There are billions of these in this world and maybe other worlds. They're not duplicated. Now, how much is that worth? Just in your very being. Have you embraced who you truly are? Think about that for a moment. Now, when we approach money, I would like you to take a look at something. Write down every judgment that you have about people with money, all your opinions, all your judgments. This guy's mafia, pushy person, he's wheeling and dealing, never tells the truth, and he's got money, this dirty money, all that stuff. Write it down, and I'm just going to give you a suggestion. Keep writing, take the stuff, tear it up, and burn it. Because those are boundaries that are inhibiting your essence. Whenever there is a judgment like that, you are putting boundaries around yourself that is not truly who you are. The judgments that you've heard from other people that you embody do not support you. You can also use that third prayer, Father, Mother, God, Spirit, Source. We ask that all these judgments about money be sent on in their spiritual evolution for the highest good. Or maybe you'll put them together and then burn them too when you wrote them down. So you don't need those boundaries, because when you have such harsh judgment, it's taking away from your essence and grace. The grace can't come through to support you and elevate you so that the inner essence bridges out. Essence is a part of the divine. So if you could express that with confidence and with a sense of worth, then you would be manifesting tremendous amounts of abundance. Now, let me tell you about this. I wrote something in that book, and I thought, oh boy, they're going to think that I'm telling people to worship money when they hear this. You know, I'm not going to put it in the book. I'm getting it from the records, but I better not say this. But then I wrote it down anyway, and this is what I received. Take money, actual money, and put it, if you have an altar, some people have altars, if you have pictures of holy people, of saints, if you have crosses, symbols of religion, holy books, put the money with it. Put the money with it. Why? Because you want that money to be a mirror out to the world of your authentic heart, sacred heart inside of you, heartfelt essence. There is an inner sanctuary here which connects you to something very, very deep called the supernal heart inside of you. That's what you want the money to reflect for you. So you're in wholeness and integrity when that money manifests out to the world, and nothing less, no kind of judgment is going to stop you. So I would like to close with the last statement in my book, And here's the book again. I'm going to hold it up. It's a beautiful book with a mandala on the cover, The Principles of Dynamic Manifestation as Received Through the Akashic Records. Within the light of the innermost chamber of your heart is a holy heart, the supernal heart, where you can revisit the presence of the inner God again and again. Here you converge into the heart of the Creator, the omniscient one, who is adoration. Hallelujah. May you be blessed. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Passion of the Soul. I had a wonderful time, and I am so grateful that you were here this evening to join me. For my specials, just go to dynamicmanifestation.com/connect and contact me. I'd love to hear from you. Please join me the first and third Thursday of each month, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, next time, on July 16th, please join me for my show, Akashic Records Live, and we'll have a panel of 4 people, including me, of the owners and managers of Akashic Record Consultants International, LLC. See you then. Thank you for being with us today. I'm your host, Elena Lieberman. Be sure to tune in every first and third Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio for more Passion of the Soul, where we connect with brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries who have walked miraculous journeys. Continue the experience at dynamicmanifestation.com. And if today moved you, share the show and like us on social media so others can awaken their authentic potential too. Until next time, listen deeply, trust your innermost wisdom, and live your passion of the soul.